Hello students, welcome to our classroom. Hope all the students are doing well at home. We are moving to our third chapter, Simple Nutrients into Cells. Let's have a look what we learned in the second chapter. There we learned digestion process, and these digested food when reaches the small intestine, the nutrients moves to each and every parts of the cells through the blood. In the introduction portion of this chapter, you can see Sini asking one doubt. Simple nutrients reach cells through blood. If so, does the blood enter the cells? Don't you have the doubt like this? So in this chapter, we will discuss how simple nutrients reach the cells through blood and lymph. Is the structure of the blood suitable to carry substances? Let's start our topic with different compounds of blood. The blood contains 55% of plasma, 45% of erythrocytes, and in between the plasma and erythrocytes we can see 1% of leukocytes and platelets. We can observe blood cells and the liquid part of the blood when we add chemicals like EDTA, ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid, which is an anticoagulant of blood. Mention this in your notebook. The blood cells constitute 45% of blood. The blood cells are red blood cells, or it is also called erythrocyte, white blood cells, it is also called leukocyte, and platelets. Even though blood cells perform various functions, plasma plays a major role in the transportation of simple nutrients. Plasma is a pale yellow colored fluid that constitute 55% of blood. Blood cells are found in the plasma. The simpler molecules formed as a result of digestion, namely glucose, amino acids, fatty acids, glycerol, etc., reach cells through the plasma. Plasmas are classified into three: 90 to 92% of water, 7 to 8% protein, and other factors. Other factors include fat, salt, urea, sugar, hormones, etc. Proteins are again classified into albumin, globulin, and fibrinogen. Albumin regulates blood pressure. Globulin helps in the defense activity. Fibrinogen, it plays a major role in the coagulation of the blood. Write this question in your notebook, which is very important. The human heart works relentlessly like a pump. The blood flows through the blood vessels continuously in all directions. The heart is situated slightly tilted towards the left in between two lungs, behind the sternum in the thoracic cavity. The size of the human heart is equal to the size of one's fist. A pericardium is a double-layered membrane that covers the heart. The pericardial fluid is filled in between the pericardial membrane. This fluid helps to reduce the friction between the membrane when the heart beats. Along with the heart, the blood vessels also have a role in circulating blood to different parts of the body. Large arteries arising from the heart splits into small arteries, and these in turn split into capillaries. Further, these capillaries unite to form small veins, and these small veins unite to form larger veins, and finally it reaches the heart. The blood vessels are of three types. Veins. It carries blood to the heart, which has thin wall. Valves are seen inside. Blood flows with low speed and low pressure. Second one, artery. It carries blood from the heart. It has thick and elastic walls. Blood flows with high speed and high pressure. Last one, capillaries. It has thin vessels that connect veins and arteries together. Wall is formed of a single layer of cells. It has minute pores on the walls. Valves are absent. Blood flows with low speed and low pressure.